Good day, welcome to this class. My name is Tashitu Abayomi. In today's class, we're going to be discussing something so unique that we did last time. Okay, now, the last time we discussed about the browser. I mean to understand something about the browser. I mean to understand that the browser is mainly used on the internet. As well, I need to understand that without the browser, we cannot get information online. So in today's class, we're going to be discussing something similar to the browser, but unique in some ways. Do you understand? So now what you have to do to me is that I want you to relax yourself, get your jotting material as I take you through through the pool of knowledge of today's topic. Okay, now today's topic is about the email. The what? The email. Now I have two words that I want. Well, I will not call the first one a word, but the second one is a word. I have the combination of E and mail. E stands for electronic, while mail is a form of what? Sending and receiving messages. Okay, now you will observe that you have been taught some topic in your class, the art of writing a letter. Now, when you write this letter using your hand, you need to send the letter to the person that will receive it. Okay, now that was what was used before the advent of electronic messaging. So this platform, we can send messages using the internet. But before I run through all the stories I have here, let us look at the objectives. The objective of this class. At the end of the class, of this class, each of the people should be able, each of us should be able to Divide the concept, email. This is some example of emails, and explain some command on the Gmail. So in this class, I'm going to be taking you the email. I'm going to divide the email to you. We are going to look at some of the email that we have, and I'm going to narrow my message down to Gmail. I'll be discussing some tools you'll be using on the Gmail. Hope you are ready for this gist. Okay, let us go. Email. They are mainly distributed by electronic means from one computer user to one or more recipients via a network. Now let me come back to what I was discussing before. I was discussing about the email, electronic messaging. Okay, now when you write letter, back then during the time of our fathers, there was nothing like email. They were not like Gmail. They were not like internet. They will write a letter. They will take the letter to the post office. There, they have a post box. A box. Through their messages will be sent to. Then I was into this. I still saw a couple of post offices and post boxes that we made use of. Remember, people ask something them to send. They go to their post box and drop it there. Thereafter, from there it will be distributed through the post office agents. Also, whenever something is coming outside this country, they go to their post box to check it out. Maybe it is there or not. These are means through which information are sent before the inception of this electronic mailing. Now, what I now have here is that they are not distributed by electronic means from one computer user to another using a network. Well, in the subsequent, I'll be discussing more about network to you. But I just want to understand this gist that I have for you today, that email work on the internet. They have to work a combination of one or two internet. In other words, one or two computer, pardon me for that, please. They have to be combination, as in a computer, another computer A must share resources with computer B. Do you understand? Computer A must share resources with computer B. And it is not compulsory that they should There should be internet. So for that they are sharing resources. We can send mails. You can send what? Mails. That is when, if there is no internet, there will be intranet. Don't worry, I'm going to be explaining the differences between internet and intranet. The intranet through what? They send messages from what? From one computer user to another computer user. Are you getting the gist now? Okay, let us continue. There are several mails. As I told you the other time that I'm not yet to market anything, but some of the things that you need to know that are popular out there, I need to unveil it to you. I need to tell you so that you not get yourself so dazzled when you see all these things being used out there. Number one on my list is Gmail. I have AOL, I have Outlook, I have mail.com, I have Yahoo Mail, I have Proton Mail, and iCloud. There are so many of them out there, but I don't want to see some of these things that are rampant around us. But today's class, I'm going to narrow my topic, my concentration on the Gmail. On the what? Let me get you say that, Apple. On the what? Gmail. Okay. Having said that, let us quickly proceed to what? The Gmail. Now, I want to say something before I proceed to the Gmail. I talk about intranet and internet. Intranet, intra, I-N-T-R-A-N-E-T. Thank you for that. Okay, now let me say it again. Intranet, I-N-T-R-A-N-E-T. Intranet is a form of connection through what? A set of computers share resources within an organization. They share resources, files within what? Organization. So it's not completely that what there's internet. Why internet? This is the act of sharing resources via the what? Via the what? The space, cloud. This is what I'm trying to say, that internet is exposed, while internet is not enclosed. Exposed is saying that internet is going to say that we have millions, billions of connected computers that are what? That are connected to your computer at home. In other words, there are thousands of computers out there where you connect your computer is actually what? Connect to the internet, in which when you search for anything, it's going to check each of those computers, each of those servers to look for your information so that you can see it right on your computer. Hope I'm making sense. Don't worry, I'm going to explicitly explain that in our subsequent classes. Okay, now let us go back to Gmail. This is the Gmail. I told you the other time when I was explaining about the browser to you, and that these are called tabs. So how many tabs is open here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that as well that this is where we put our search information to, which is this. Can you see? In addition to that, I told you that this environment varies from one request to the other. Like if you look at what is there, you see mail.google.com, mail.myhomebox. Understand? This was the address I typed in and it put out my Gmail. Okay, now don't bug yourself about all these things. Just concentrate on these aspects that I'm present talking about. Okay, now this is the Gmail. Let us look at some things that you need to know on the Gmail. Basic tools on Gmail. There are so many commands on Gmail, but here are a few for our consumption. Number 1, I have inbox. Number 2, I have sent. Number 3, I have compose. Number 4, I have draft. And number 5, I have sign out. I think once again, I have inbox, I have sent, compose, draft, and number 5, I have what? Sign out. Now let us check how they work one after the other. Inbox. This is a section where all your incoming messages are stored. Any mail from external body is saved to this box. Now, what this is trying to say is that, as a user of Gmail or whatever mail, Whenever you put out your what, your mail for people to send information to you, you don't start looking for where the information is what is saved. All what you just need to do is to go to your inbox, click on this what, on this command here, inbox. Can you see inbox? Can you see my mouse pointer dangling around here? Inbox. Just click on it, left click on it once. It's going to display a list of what? Of messages that are what? That are delivered to your box. You understand? Now, can you see a view of how it works, how it looks? Now, this is a what? This is a letter envelope into a what? Into a box, a mail box. Do you understand? Okay, now let's continue. Sent. Wow, see this thing going out. Yeah, it is going out. Now, this is the section where, this is where I am. I'm trying to read what is there. This is the section where all your sent messages are what are stored. That's interesting. Anything that is sent to another person is saved in a sent for your copy. Now, what am I trying to say here is that, well, we need to send messages out. The way you receive, you need to what? To send. You understand? Now, when you send, where are all these things being what? Going saved. Let me take that again. When you send an item, where are all these things saved? You need to have a copy of what? Of your sent information. What is sent? You need to have a what? A personal copy. So now, when you send, all these things are going to the recipient, but you need to have a copy, and the copy is saved where? In this sent. Can you see? I have sent here. Just click on it, left click on it gently, and it's going to what? It's going to open. Don't forget, when you are a user, when you use the left button as the primary button, that's when you what? You left click. But when you use your right button as the primary button, you do what? You right click. Okay. Having said that, let us proceed. Drafts. Wow. What is meant by draft? This is a section where all your saved messages are stored. Any mail you want for the future is saved in the draft. Now, just like you observe your parents, whenever they type a message and they don't want to what? Send it now. The messages are stored in the draft segment of the message, SMS. Now, this is done for several reasons. Part of the reason is that probably you don't need to what? You don't want to send the file now. You want to send it in the future, but you don't want to forget the information so that it will not escape in memory. You just need to what? Type it down or upload the information and save it in your draft. And save it where? Can I hear you say that? Save it in your draft. Having said that, when you save it in your draft, in the next future, when you now need the information, you return back to this place. Look at where I am, draft. You come back to that place and you left click to open the drafted copies of your what? Of your work, what you have saved for the future. Do you understand? Now, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that this is a section where all your saved messages are stored. Any mail you want for the future is saved in the draft. It's saved where? In the draft. Thank you. Okay, now let us continue. Compose. Compose. Now, this is a section where you send your mail to another person. Okay, what am I trying to say here? That you need to send message, right? Okay, now for you to send a message, there's a place you compose, you write the message. That place is called compose. It's called what? Compose. Wow, you're looking at, look at this emoji, you're looking at, really? Yes, it is called compose. Now, the message that is composed will be sent to what? To the owner, the recipient, via the, I'm going to elaborate that. But there's a what? There's a command for that. But what you just need to do is to click on compose. In the recipient, so you enter the person's address, email address. You add the subject. you add the content, and there's a command down that indicates send. You press the command using left button. What you're going to see next is that the message is going to deliver to the recipient. Hope you are getting my gist. Okay, now thank you very much. Now, the need for this is that the email is useless. Pardon me for the word useless, but I have to use it. Without the use of what? Compose. You have to send message. Just like you write letter and go to the post office to send. And you have to receive message. That's just the gist. That's just everything that revolves around what this application. Do you understand? Okay, now the last one is the sign out or log out. This is used to what? Is used to close what you are doing, your mail, so that intruders will not manipulate your mail for their use. No, if you use a strange computer, there's a need for you to what? To sign out. There's a need for you to do what? To sign out, because if you don't sign out, people will manipulate your mail for their own what? For their use. And I'm sure that you will not let your mail to be exposed to intruders. If you do that, you'll be what? You'll be exposed to some things you don't really want. Okay, now, what you just need to do is that you come to this place. Look at my name here, AB. Yours will not be AB. Yours will be whatever name you used to what? To create your mail. You click here, you will see sign out or log out. Any question? Let me take you through what I've said so far. Basic tools that are general on all mail. We have inbox, we have send, we have compose, we have draft, and we have sign out. Hope you enjoyed this class. Okay, now, as I've said all that, I want you to what? To check your parents' mail and relate it to what I've said today. If you have any question to ask, don't forget, pause the video, go back to the beginning and what? And play your video. You have a blessed moment out there.